In the previous video, I shared some tips and tricks to get you thousands of credit card points that you can use toward travel. However, I know that some of you are on Team Cashback and that you value a simple, no annual fee cashback credit card because let's face it, everyone is not interested in travel and that's perfectly fine. And that's why the banks and credit card issuers make cashback credit cards. So with this simple strategy, you can potentially get thousands of dollars in cashback. So I put together a list of cashback credit cards that have no annual fees at the time of this recording that require you to spend no more than $1,500 in order to earn a sign-up bonus in cashback or statement credits. If you were to play the credit card game and get all of these credit cards on this list, you could be looking at gathering a total of over $2,000 in cashback. Right out of the gate, we have to go with one of my absolute favorite credit cards that I don't actually have, and that is none other than the Citi Custom Cash. The Citi Custom Cash card comes with a sign-up bonus offer of $200 cash back after spending $1,500 within the first 6 months of account opening. That's an average of $250 in spend per month. What I love about the Citi Custom Cash card is that this can be a standalone 5% cashback credit card if you use this in one of the listed categories on Citi's website, which currently includes restaurants, gas stations, grocery stores, and a few others. Now, Citi wants you to use this credit card freely, meaning you're not worried about which category will get you 5% cash back, because at the end of the billing cycle, Citi will determine which was your highest spend category and apply the 5% cashback to that particular category. However, I don't recommend doing that because all of your other purchases would only get 1% cash back. The US Bank Cash Plus credit card is a pretty decent no annual fee credit card that currently comes with an elevated welcome offer of $200 after spending $1,000 in eligible purchases within the first 120 days of account opening. So basically 6 months. That means that you have to spend an average of $167 per month to meet that minimum spend requirement, and the earnings on this credit card are pretty decent. You can earn 5% cash back on your first $2,000 in combined eligible purchases each quarter in 2 categories. And you definitely want to take a look at those categories though, because I don't find them to be particularly exciting, at least not for me. And 2% cashback on one everyday category, and those categories are your meat and potatoes in spend. So that includes grocery stores, grocery delivery, restaurants, and gas and EV charging stations. So we're up to a potential total of $400 in cashback. Next up is none other than the Wells Fargo Active Cash credit card, which is a pretty good catch-all credit card that allows you to earn an unlimited 2% cashback on all eligible purchases. Wells Fargo has revised the welcome offer a little bit by reducing the minimum spend requirement from $1,000 in 3 months of account opening to $500 within 3 months of account opening. And once you do that, you'll be able to get $200 in cash back. I'm beginning to see a little bit of a theme here with $200 in cash back. Of course, you all know that I couldn't create a cashback credit card list and not mention the Discover It cashback credit card. This credit card is consistently rated as one of the best beginner credit cards. However, the welcome offer is a little bit different. So if you want some sort of cashback offer, it will come in the form of a statement credit and you must use a referral link. And if you're approved for the credit card when you use the referral link and use that credit card within the first 3 months, you get $100 back as a statement credit. This is probably the easiest way to earn a bonus on this list. So if you're interested, feel free to use my referral link so that I can also get that $100 statement credit. Shameless plug, absolutely, but come on, I know you all want to support the channel anyway. The Discover It cashback credit card is great because it has quarterly rotating categories where you can earn 5% cash back on those eligible purchases on up to $1,500 in spend each quarter. If you're keeping track, we're up to $700. Granted, this one is just a statement credit, but money is money, right? The Chase Freedom Flex is very similar to the Discover It cashback credit card because it also has a 5% cashback quarterly rotating rewards calendar with the same cap of $1,500 in spend per quarter on those eligible purchases. The Freedom Flex is currently offering $200 in cashback after spending $500 within the first 3 months of account opening. You can also get the same bonus with the Freedom Unlimited. However, the Freedom Unlimited will provide you with a base cashback earnings rate of 1.5% instead of 5% rotating calendar categories like you get with the Freedom Flex. Also, both cards earn 5% back on travel purchased through Chase Ultimate Rewards, 3% back on dining, and 3% back on drugstore purchases. Both credit cards are great credit cards to keep in your wallet, and if you want to learn a good explanation of some of the value that you can potentially unlock with these credit cards, I recommend watching the video linked above where I shared my very first vacation redemption to go to the Bahamas, and don't worry, there will be more redemptions in the future so that I can recommend new videos to you all in the future. Anyway, now our total is up to $1,100 in potential cashback and statement credits. Alright, so you have to be careful with this one because in typical Capital One fashion, there are several versions of this credit card, so if you go for it, please make sure that you go for the correct one. The SavorOne Rewards for people with excellent credit has a welcome offer of $200 when you spend $500 within the first 3 months of account opening. I know, I'm beginning to sound like a broken record, but think about the money. Don't think about that little detail. I actually really like this no annual fee credit card as it gives you 3% cashback on dining, entertainment, popular streaming services, and at grocery stores. Also, right now, you'll get 10% cashback on Uber and Uber Eats purchases, plus a complimentary Uber One membership through November 14th, 2024. Just like the previous credit card, please make sure that you select the correct one because there are like 5 different versions of the Capital One Quicksilver, and I believe that a lot of people end up getting bucketed with their credit limit with this credit card as well, meaning people have reported that it is difficult to get a sizable credit limit increase. So with that said, you're probably wondering, why in the world am I mentioning this credit card? Well, that's because of the welcome offer, and you guessed it, $200 after spending $500 within the first 3 months of account opening. With the Quicksilver credit card, you'll earn a 1.5% cashback as your base earning rate, and you can also earn 5% cashback on hotels and rental cars booked through Capital One Travel. And that brings us to a cool $1,500 for those of you who are keeping count. So I had to go ahead and throw in a Bank of America credit card for Stan the Credit Frog. By the way, if you haven't checked out his channel, please do so because he is pretty awesome. This is another credit card that has a welcome offer of $200, but it specifically states online cash rewards after making at least $1,000 in purchases within the first 90 days. Now, I don't know much about Bank of America because it's Bank of America and their credit cards aren't as sexy to talk about like Chase, Amex, Citi, and Capital One. But let me get back on topic before Stan gets really angry at me. So Stan, I'm really sorry, but not really. So this particular credit card is a decent choice. You'll be able to earn 3% cashback in one of the following categories: gas, travel, dining, drugstores, online shopping, or home improvements and home furnishings, and 2% cashback at grocery stores and wholesale clubs on the first $2,500 in combined choice category and grocery or wholesale club purchases each quarter. Then you'll earn 1% cashback. This list would not have any credibility without mentioning at least one American Express credit card, even though this is a sore topic for me because after I got approved for a $2,000 credit limit on the Blue Business Plus, and yes, I'm still a little bit salty about that. But anywhoosies, let's talk about the American Express Blue Cash Everyday Credit Card. If you don't know by now, and you should, Amex usually has multiple public welcome offers for their credit cards, and I personally don't have time to play Amex's targeted offers game. Anyway, the highest offer that I found while creating this video was receiving $250 back in the form of a statement credit after spending $2,000 within the first 6 months of account opening. Now I know I said you wouldn't have to spend more than $1,500, but don't crucify me yet. This is the highest cashback offer on this list for a no annual fee credit card, and you're looking at an average monthly spend of $333.33, which I admit is a little bit more, but still very doable with most people's regular spending. With the Blue Cash Everyday, you can earn 3% cashback at US supermarkets, US online retail purchases, US gas stations, on up to $6,000 in eligible purchases per year, and then the standard 1% cashback on other eligible purchases. I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to cheat just a little bit on this last credit card. It is a travel credit card and it technically earns miles instead of cash back, and you may have to search around a little bit to get this offer since I didn't actually see this one on Capital One's website. Instead, I saw this offer on NerdWallet. In a nutshell, you can earn 40,000 bonus miles after spending $1,000 within the first 3 months of account opening. This credit card doesn't excite me very much because it only earns 1.25 miles per dollar on purchases and 5 miles per dollar on hotels and rental cars booked through Capital One Travel. And since we are focused on cashback in this video, just note that those 40,000 miles will be worth $200 if redeemed for cashback, since the value of those miles are cut in half when redeemed in this way. Kind of crappy, but still easy money. Now that we went through all of the credit cards on this list, that brings us to the grand total potential earnings of $2,150. For relatively low monthly spend, that can easily be done for most people within their regular monthly budget. You can easily rack up some quick and easy cash, and that was the whole point of this video. Keep in mind that you don't have to keep all of these credit cards open forever, but I would be careful with how quickly you're opening and closing these accounts, as some issuers can be pretty sensitive to this. So play this one strategically if you dare. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching to the end of today's video. If you would like to see the credit cards that I'm currently using in my wallet this quarter, check out this video next.